The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal it's all about feuds and drama in Genoa City. February sweeps are in the rearview, with storylines moving forward even if Y&R fans aren't entirely on board. The hit CBS soap seems to have feuds at the forefront, especially those riddled. Phyllis and Sharon's feud has taken a turn thanks to their kidnapping, which isn't ending anytime soon. A new feud is on the horizon thanks to the arrival of Damon on the daytime drama. The latest preview video for The Young and the Restless gives fans a look at all the three feuds heating things up on the show. Adam and Lily have concerns. There's no love lost between Billy and Adam, that's for sure. Billy's new business venture will once again put him at odds with Adam. In the footage, Adam puts Billy on the spot in front of Chelsea, asking if Billy is coming for him and Newman Media. Billy stays quiet, but the look on his face speaks volumes. A flip of the scene shows Lily, Devin, and Nate gathering to chat about Damon. Lily has been spending a lot of time with Nate's new half-brother. Y&R fans know Lily has the 411 on Damon, and she's ready to spill it all to her family. Devin and Nate want answers, and Lily seems poised to give them all the tea she knows about Damon. Phyllis and Sharon are at odds again. This week, Sharon and Phyllis realized they would need to work as a team to stay alive. We all knew that wouldn't be easy for these longtime enemies. However, seeing Phyllis lose it and threaten to smash a window with a chair was not what we expected. Honestly, we thought Sharon would crack way before Phyllis, but that is not the case. Instead, Sharon becomes the voice of reason to prevent Phyllis from making the situation worse. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Phyllis and Sharon make a risky move to try and escape. Could Phyllis' outburst be part of their master plan? Be sure to tune in daily to find out what happens with Sharon and Phyllis and the other feuds on the hit CBS soap. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal Floyd, who plays law enforcement professional Chance Chancellor on the show, recently channeled his inner cop. He could believe that he'd even have to say it, but he sent a strong message to fans not to fall for impersonators' social media accounts. Identity theft is rampant. Every day, identities are hijacked, and you may have stumbled upon social media accounts claiming to belong to your favorite daytime celebrities. While some of these profiles are legitimate, many are not. Recently, Floyd took to his official Instagram to address the issue surrounding his own impersonation. It's crazy that I even have to clarify this, but this is my only social media account, the CBS soap star shared in an Instagram story. He went on to warn, if you're chatting with anyone using my name or photos, it's definitely not me. Emphasized that this warning applies across all platforms and encouraged his fans to report any suspicious accounts that mimic his identity, concluding with, "Stay vigilant." Straight from the actor on his official Instagram, fans who keep up with Floyd's official Instagram account are treated to the freshest updates directly from the actor himself. Take, for instance, the heartwarming moment in December when he shared a post from his girlfriend, Carly Friel, revealing that she had accepted his marriage proposal. Then there was the exciting announcement in October 2024, when he informed his followers about Chancey's return to Genoa City. Most recently, he offered a sneak peek into his trip back to Texas, sharing the sentiment, "Home is where you make it." Clearly, staying connected with the genuine actor is essential to catch all the latest news. Always report a fake account. And if you ever encounter a fake account, don't hesitate to report it. The stars value your vigilance and certainly don't want their fans to be misled by imposters. Other stars have reported frauds pretending to be them on social media, trying to scam fans out of money, and reporting untrue tales of woe. Not long ago, Cameron Matheson of General Hospital also warned of scammers, taking advantage of the Los Angeles area wildfire situation and setting up fake GoFundMe accounts. Some of those fake accounts were set up in the names of stars also, and in extreme cases there have been reports of other types of predators pretending to be stars. In most cases, stars will not reach out to a fan personally through social media, although there are some who respond to fans on their legitimate social media accounts. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with Y and R right now. Come back here often for the Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Adam Newman recently had a wonderful night in with Chelsea Lawson, who was impressed over his homemade pasta and sauce from scratch. Adam even went to the trouble of having Chelsea's favorite cheesecake flown in from New York for this special occasion. It's clear that Adam wanted Chelsea to feel special, and she certainly did. However, Chelsea had a very important question to ask Adam since some Sally Spectre concerns were still on her mind. When Chelsea wondered if Adam was really over Sally, he promised there wasn't even a flicker of flicker anymore. Adam's Valentine's Day dream also seemed like a way to show fans that he was putting Sally in the rearview mirror. That said, we can't help but feel like things may be a little too good to be true when it comes to Adam and Chelsea's happy reunion. Chelsea and Adam are taking this slow and proceeding with caution, but they're definitely kicking off a new chapter in their relationship. It's just a matter of how long it'll actually last. Is Adam doomed to cheat on Chelsea down the road? Can Adam's renewed devotion really be trusted? As much as we want to believe Adam's changed and that he won't hurt Chelsea, there are no guarantees. Adam didn't plan on hurting Sally either, and look how that turned out. Y and our viewers saw an ugly side of Adam after he betrayed Sally with Chelsea, and it was about so much more than just that hookup in Baltimore. Adam lied to Sally's face repeatedly and tried to gaslight her into thinking everything was fine. That side of Adam is still in there and perhaps always will be. There's no denying that Adam can be manipulative and tends to self-sabotage sooner or later. In other words, Adam and Chelsea may enjoy a period of romantic bliss, but they could crash and burn somewhere down the line. Even if Adam has moved on from Chelsea, he could end up cheating with someone else eventually. Then again, perhaps Adam will find some other path to hurting Chelsea instead. One way or another, Chelsea may regret getting back together with Adam, since they've been down this road before and it never ends well. Chelsea may think Adam's grown and matured enough for this reunion, but she may be in for a rude awakening the next time Adam reverts to his usual self-destructive pattern. Our predictions hint that Adam and Chelsea could be headed for heartbreak at some point, so stay tuned for updates on any troubling romantic news to come. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Chelsea and Adam will continue deepening their bond for now, but this reconnection could lead to disaster if they're not careful. The place to be for the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so make us your one-stop Y and R source. The drama is heating up on the Young and the Restless as the next 2 weeks promise. Explosive confrontations, shocking revelations, and desperate battles for survival. Jack Abbott is about to face one of the biggest betrayals of his career, while Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers struggle to escape a terrifying ordeal. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott lays down the law for Summer Newman, setting boundaries that could change their relationship forever. At Jabot, Jack is furious when he discovers that confidential company information has been leaked, jeopardizing a major business deal. His frustration boils over in a boardroom confrontation as he demands answers, suspecting a spy within his inner circle. As he scrambles to contain the damage, Victor Newman's involvement in the scheme comes to light, reigniting their decades-long rivalry. Nikki Newman attempts to mediate between the two powerful men, but Jack is too enraged to back down, vowing to retaliate against Victor's latest move. Meanwhile, Sharon and Phyllis are trapped in an abandoned psychiatric facility, held hostage by an unknown captor. The two women struggle to stay composed as their kidnapper toys with their minds, leaving cryptic messages and setting psychological traps. Phyllis, growing more desperate, attempts to break free, but Sharon warns her against making reckless moves that could put them in even greater danger. Their escape plan hinges on outsmarting their captor, but will they succeed before it's too late? Back at the Abbott estate, Diane Jenkins Abbott is deeply concerned about Billy Abbott's continued involvement with Phyllis. She warns him that aligning with Phyllis will only lead to disaster, as Phyllis has a history of playing by her own rules. Billy, however, can't shake the feeling that Phyllis is in serious trouble. When Daniel Romalotti also grows increasingly worried about his mother's disappearance, he and Billy turn to Chance Chancellor, insisting that a full-scale investigation is needed. Chance, already looking into Sharon's disappearance, realizes that something sinister may be at play and agrees to dig deeper. Elsewhere, Summer finds herself at odds with Kyle, who insists on setting firm boundaries in their relationship. Kyle warns her not to interfere in his life with Claire, making it clear that his priorities have shifted. Summer, already overwhelmed by her mother's disappearance, refuses to back down, leading to a tense standoff between the two. Their once solid bond continues to fracture, leaving Summer feeling more isolated than ever. At Crimson Lights, tensions escalate as Billy, Chelsea Lawson, and Adam Newman cross paths. Adam, always one to poke at his rivals, takes a jab at Billy's latest venture, suggesting that he's still chasing ghosts instead of focusing on his own business. Billy, refusing to rise to Adam's bait, remains composed but determined not to let Adam get the upper hand. As the week progresses, Audra Charles and Holden Novak's scheming threatens to throw even more chaos into the mix. The duo plots in the shadows, seemingly ready to stir up fresh trouble. Meanwhile, as the Abbott Mansion's renovation nears completion, Jack finds himself questioning Diane's behavior. Though he initially had doubts about the changes, he slowly starts to appreciate the transformation, both in the home and in Diane herself. With so many secrets, betrayals, and power struggles unfolding, the next 2 weeks in Genoa City will be nothing short of thrilling. Will Jack uncover the truth behind the Abbott leak? Can Sharon and Phyllis outmaneuver their captor and escape? And will Summer and Kyle find common ground, or is their relationship beyond repair? In a jaw-dropping turn of events on the young and the restless, Michael Baldwin has been arrested, sending shockwaves through Genoa City. As chaos unfolds, Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman are finally rescued from their terrifying ordeal. But what cost? What led to Michael's shocking downfall? And who is really behind the drama? Buckle up, because this latest twist will leave you speechless. Michael in handcuffs. Is he guilty or framed? Michael Baldwin has always been known as a brilliant legal mind and a man who plays by the rules most of the time. But this time, it seems the law has turned against him. Eyewitnesses were left stunned as the police arrived in full force, placing Michael under arrest in front of his shocked family and friends. But why? Could he have been involved in Phyllis and Sharon's mysterious disappearance? Or is he being set up by a powerful enemy? Sources close to the case reveal that evidence against Michael is overwhelming, but something about the situation doesn't add up. Is someone using him as a scapegoat? And if so, who stands to gain the most from his downfall? Phyllis and Sharon's harrowing rescue, who was behind it? For weeks, Phyllis and Sharon have been trapped in a nightmare. Their sudden disappearance left their loved ones desperate for answers, and now that they've finally been rescued, the truth is beginning to surface. But it's not as simple as it seems. Whispers around town suggest that Phyllis and Sharon were targeted for a reason. Someone wanted them out of the way. But who? Could this be part of a larger revenge plot? Or did they uncover a dangerous secret that put them in harm's way? Lauren's desperate plea. Will she save Michael? No one is more devastated by Michael's arrest than his wife, Lauren Fenmore. She has always stood by him, but this time, the stakes are higher than ever. Determined to prove his innocence, Lauren is racing against the clock to uncover the truth. Will she find the real culprit before it's too late, or will Michael be forced to take the fall for a crime he didn't commit? Victor and Nikki's secret role, are they pulling the strings? Whenever chaos erupts in Genoa City, you can bet that Victor Newman isn't far behind. While Victor and Nikki have been playing it cool, insiders claim they know more than they're letting on. Could they be working behind the scenes to manipulate the situation? And if so, are they helping or making things worse? What happens next? With Michael facing a future behind bars, Phyllis and Sharon struggling to recover, and new secrets bubbling to the surface, Genoa City is about to be turned upside down. Will the real villain be exposed? Can Michael prove his innocence before it's too late? And what shocking revelations are still waiting to be uncovered? Phyllis's world had become a maze of fear, each turn pulling her deeper into a nightmare she never imagined. The dim light in the isolated room made every creak, every shadow more menacing. For so long, she had felt things slipping from her grasp, but tonight, control had completely unraveled. Sitting against the cold wall, her mind raced, piecing together the truth. Michael, the man she once trusted, was behind her kidnapping. But why? Michael's words echoed in her memory. Orders from Victor, a name that carried power, fear, and a darkness too deep to comprehend. Michael wasn't acting on his own. He was a pawn in Victor's grand game. Across the room, Michael sat in silent turmoil. How had Phyllis figured it out? Fear gnawed at him, not just of Phyllis, but of Victor, whose wrath was swift and merciless. Phyllis, fueled by fury and desperation, grabbed a chair. She charged at the door, her only thought, escape. Sharon stepped into her path, eyes filled with urgency. And then, another voice, calm yet chilling. If you break that window, you will die instantly. A shadowed figure stood at the edge of the room. The words sent ice through Phyllis's veins. This wasn't a simple kidnapping. Every move had been calculated, ensuring she stayed alive, but only on their terms. Meanwhile, outside the room, time was slipping away. Nick and Daniel, desperate to find Phyllis and Sharon, worked against the clock. If we don't find them in 3 days, Nick warned, they're gone. Back in captivity, Michael's panic grew. The weight of his choices, the looming shadow of Victor, and the ever-present threat of law enforcement suffocated him. Every sound outside the room felt like a countdown to disaster. Phyllis, breathing heavily, lowered the chair. The warning still echoed in her mind. Was escape even possible? The door, the window, even the air around her, everything was a trap. Secrets can come to light, and the story between Lily Winters and Nate Hastings is no exception. The relationship between the two becomes increasingly tense as clues about Nate's mother, Amy Lewis's past, gradually reveal things that Nate never knew. Lily, who is cautious and worried about the people Nate always trusts, begins to suspect that Amy is not who she seems. When Lily discovers that Damon Kane, the head of one of the companies Nate and his family are investing in, may be hiding something important, she decides to investigate. However, this leaves Nate feeling dissatisfied. During a tense conversation between Lily and Nate, Lily cannot contain her worries. She investigates Damon Kane and does not hesitate to share her findings with Nate. He lied about his position at Danglers and Monte Cristo, Lily said, unable to hide her concern. They went to great lengths to hide who the real owners were. Damon was the CEO, but he didn't own them, and that was a big red flag. Nate, who had always considered Lily someone he could trust completely, was suddenly furious. He couldn't understand why Lily would go so far in investigating people he valued, especially when he hadn't asked her to. I didn't ask you to do that, Nate said, his voice tinged with annoyance. Why do you have to interfere in this? Lily, with her usual assertiveness, continued to explain her reasoning. I did it because I was worried about you, Nate. I didn't want you to be surprised. Didn't want you to be lied to anymore. But despite Lily's obvious concern, Nate can't accept the way she's acting without consulting him first. "You don't have to do that," he continued. "I can handle things myself." Rising tensions, the confrontation doesn't end there. When Nate's brother, Devin, asks Lily about her findings, she doesn't hesitate to share the details of her suspicion about Damon. "There's too many unknowns about him," Lily says, "and I'm not going to leave Nate in a difficult situation without knowing." Lily feels a responsibility to protect Nate, but she also realizes that she needs to be careful about how she handles things. She explains that she just wants to help, but Nate feels hurt that he wasn't respected for his decisions. Meanwhile, tensions in Lily's relationship with Nate continue to escalate. In another situation, Sally and Billy decide to host a dinner to welcome Diane and Jack Abbott. Their appearance creates a tense atmosphere. Diane, who had a controversial past with the Abbott family, makes everyone wary throughout the dinner. However, facing all the looks and expectations, Diane remains calm, and the conversation proceeds with many surprises and truths being revealed. Meanwhile, Damon, whom Lily and Nate both suspect, decides to have dinner with Amy, Nate's mother. Amy, who had always been a mystery to Nate, might not be able to hide her past for much longer. Lily felt that this was not simple, and Damon's presence made things even more confusing. Betrayal and secrets. However, when Lily reveals to Nate that she had approached Victor to ask about Damon, Nate feels even angrier. "Every time I see Damon, I feel like he's hiding something," Lily says, not shying away. But for Nate, this is a step too far for Lily. "You don't need to investigate everything, Lily," Nate insists. "I don't want you to be involved in this." Despite the rising tensions, Lily remains resolute. "I agreed to have dinner with Damon if he could see his mother again," she says, showing that she won't give up until everything is clear. This story focuses not only on Lily and Nate's relationship, but also on the complexities of family relationships in Genoa City. Amy and Damon's secrets will likely continue to cause turmoil in Nate's life. Lily will be faced with the decision of whether she can continue to trust the people she has come to doubt. Meanwhile, Sally and Billy face their own complications as they host Diane and Jack Abbott, and the surprises continue. Each character and story adds an inevitable tension in this world of intrigue and betrayal. A stunning twist has sent shockwaves through the young and the restless fanbase. Jess Walton, the iconic actress behind Jill Abbott, has seemingly bid farewell to Genoa City after an extraordinary 37-year run. Could this really be the end of Jill Abbott as we know her? A legendary reign comes to an end. Jess Walton first graced the screens as Jill Abbott on June 22, 1987, taking over the role from Brenda Dixon and immediately making it her own. Over the years, she transformed Jill into one of the most formidable forces in Y&R history, crafting a character who clawed her way from manicurist to corporate powerhouse. Jill's legendary feuds, steamy love affairs, and jaw-dropping betrayals have defined the young and the restless for decades. But after years of thrilling performances, the reality has set in. Jill Abbott's appearances have become scarce, and now, the heartbreaking rumors are swirling. Is Jess Walton truly done with the show? Jill Abbott, a character like no other. From her relentless war with Catherine Chancellor to her shocking romantic escapades, Jill Abbott has been the heart and soul of many unforgettable Y&R storylines. Fans will never forget the infamous attic choking scene between Jill and Catherine, a moment that cemented their rivalry as one of the greatest in soap opera history. Jess Walton breathed life into Jill, making her more than just a scheming vixen. She was a mother who suffered immense losses, a woman who fought her way to the top, and an anti-hero fans couldn't help but root for. Through it all, Walton's portrayal ensured Jill remained complex, vulnerable, and utterly compelling. Whether she was battling for power, mourning her long-lost son Philip, or discovering shocking family secrets, Jill Abbott always bounced back. Is this goodbye, or just another twist? Jess Walton herself has hinted in past interviews that Jill Abbott is like the Wile E. Coyote of soap operas, always getting knocked down but never staying down for long. But with her most recent departure, many fear that this could be the final curtain call for the legendary actress. While Jill's visits to Genoa City have been few and far between in recent years, fans have always held onto hope that she would return for more drama. However, with the latest developments, that hope is now hanging by a thread. Could this be the shocking end of Jill Abbott forever? Fans react to the stunning news. The Y&R fandom is in an uproar, with many expressing devastation over the possibility of never seeing Walton's Jill Abbott again. Social media is flooded with emotional reactions, tributes, and speculation. Is there a final farewell storyline in the works? Will Jill Abbott meet a tragic fate off-screen, or is there still a chance for one last explosive comeback? For now, fans can only wait and watch as Genoa City continues to shift without its fearless queen. But one thing is certain, whether she returns or not, Jess Walton's legacy as Jill Abbott will never be forgotten. Genoa City has been rocked by mystery and fear ever since Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers vanished without a trace. But now, in a dramatic turn of events, the two women have finally unveiled the identity of their captor, and it's someone no one expected. This revelation will change everything, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. Who is behind this chilling scheme, and why were Sharon and Phyllis targeted? A nightmare they couldn't escape. For weeks, Sharon and Phyllis' loved ones have been searching desperately, fearing the worst. But behind closed doors, the two women were caught in a dangerous game, held captive by an unknown enemy who seemed to have a personal vendetta. The psychological torment was relentless. Sharon and Phyllis were left wondering why they had been chosen, what their captor truly wanted, and most importantly, how they would escape. But nothing could have prepared them for the face that was finally revealed. The big reveal, who's behind it all. In a moment of pure shock, the person responsible for their captivity finally stepped into the light, and it was a face from their past. Could it be an old enemy back for revenge? A presumed dead villain returning to settle unfinished business? Or is someone closer than they ever imagined the mastermind behind their suffering? Rumors are swirling that the captor could be connected to an unresolved crime, a betrayal from years ago, or even a twisted attempt at love. Fans are speculating about possible suspects, including Cameron Curson. Could this psychotic ex of Sharon's be back for another round of torment? Jeremy Stark. Did Phyllis' past deception come back to haunt her in the worst way possible? A shocking Newman or Abbott twist. Could someone from their own circle have orchestrated this entire nightmare? What happens next? Now that Sharon and Phyllis know the truth, the real danger begins. Can they outsmart their captor and escape before it's too late? And once they do, how will this revelation shake up Genoa City? The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Victor Newman will hand down an ultimatum that stuns Claire Newman. Claire's grandpa is about to make a demand that leaves her reeling, so here's what Y&R fans can expect. During the week of March 3-7, Victor and Jack Abbott's feud will heat up. Nikki Newman will get in the middle of the conflict and try to convince these rivals to make peace, but she won't have any luck. Jack might be willing to back down if Victor would stop all this scheming, but that's obviously not going to happen. Victor is still craving revenge and intends on carrying out his plot against Abbott. Once Victor gets all riled up, Claire might make another pitch on Kyle Abbott's behalf at the worst possible time. It's easy to imagine Claire approaching Victor about accepting her relationship with Kyle again when he's in total Abbott-loathing mode. Whatever the case, Claire has a tense conversation coming up with Victor in the March 7 episode. That's when Victor will deliver a stern ultimatum and force Claire to decide whether she'll surrender to his demand. Of course, Victor knows he can't force Claire to break up with Kyle and has been clear about that. At this point, Victor is just hoping that Claire will listen to his predictions about Kyle breaking her heart, since Victor knows he'd completely alienate Claire if he ordered her to dump Kyle or else. That's probably not going to be the ultimatum. It'd be pointless since Claire wouldn't cave in with a demand like that. It's not like Victor can truly threaten Claire's job either, since he's pretty much given Nikki Newman free rein at Chancellor. Nikki would never stand for any ultimatum that put Claire's job in jeopardy. That said, Victor might spell it out for Claire that she's basically siding with the Abbotts by dating Kyle, at least in his eyes. As a result, Victor might admit that'll affect his trust level when it comes to Claire, since she might have torn loyalty. It's also possible Victor's ultimatum will simply be about dropping Claire's attempt to get his blessing. Victor will be fed up following his latest round of Jack feuding, so he may push Claire to accept that he's never going to change his mind about Kyle. Perhaps Victor will warn Claire to make peace with that, or else it's just going to lead to more friction. Victor may argue that he doesn't want to damage their relationship and urge Claire to just let it go. Regardless, the young and the restless spoilers say Victor's ultimatum will catch Claire by surprise, so stay tuned for updates on the shocking news headed her way. Damon had finally found hope in a world that had grown dark and unpredictable. Lily was his light, a woman who reignited happiness and purpose in his life. Yet, beneath her warmth lay a lingering mystery, whispers of betrayal, broken promises, and doubts about her loyalty. Despite these uncertainties, Lily's words about forgiveness and second chances had brought Damon and Amy back together, reminding them that the past did not define their future. However, as much as she inspired others, doubts remained about her own reliability. As Lily and Damon's relationship deepened, talks of a wedding and a future together swirled around them. But fate had its own plans. Lily discovered she was pregnant with Damon's child. The news was a paradox, both a blessing and a complication. With 2 children already, she had never planned for another. The idea of expanding her family filled her with both joy and fear. Damon, ever the optimist, embraced the pregnancy as a symbol of love and renewal. He dreamed of a future where their family would grow, a chance to mend the wounds of the past and build something lasting. However, Lily struggled with doubts. Could she truly commit? Was she ready for another child? Her history of unpredictability haunted her. As time passed, the weight of the decision pressed on them. Friends like Nate and Devin saw the pregnancy as a mistake, warning of the risks of rushing forward without careful thought. Meanwhile, Amy, ever the voice of reason, urged Lily to take her time and reflect. Love, she reminded them, was not just about passion, but about understanding and responsibility. Damon, though deeply in love, began questioning whether his desire for marriage stemmed from true readiness or the overwhelming intensity of their relationship. Could love alone sustain them, or were they heading toward heartbreak? Their story is a testament to love's complexities, a dance between hope and hesitation, passion and caution. As Lily takes time to reflect, the question lingers: is this the beginning of an enduring love, or a mistake waiting to unravel? Only time will tell.